So I'm gonna do a video review of a 10-second clip. I'm gonna turn a 10-second clip into 10 minutes. Actually, I just recorded this video. I made a video review and it took me 10 minutes. So it's already been 10 seconds. So here we go. Dismount when you see me. We're walking into the outpost. You guys ready? We're walking in, boys. You ready? Spread southwest. Spread west. Spread west. Defenses. 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 Oh my God. Go west, guys. Go west. Alright, so basically what happened there was I got us killed there. Now, in reality, alright, as a caller, it's my fault, so I gotta take responsibility of that. But let's review what could have gone better there, okay? Dismount when you see me. We're walking into the outpost. You guys ready? So right here, I'm expecting you guys to keep a gap between your shot caller, and that would mean that red is bad. Stay out of the red zones. And you're gonna want to be in the green zone. Zone is ideal position here, okay? Red line, red area is where you don't want to be. Alright, and I don't know, if you guys have been playing with me, in Bandits, I always tell you guys keep a gap between you and me. But not only that, you sometimes you need to just not follow. But that's irrelevant here. The point here is that you guys need to keep a gap between yourselves and the front line, because if you ever need to turn around for whatever reason, you can react in time. We're walking in, boys. Now, you ready? Now, as I'm saying, we're walking in, boys. I notice something shady and I turn around to hesitate. And as I'm continuing that thought process and speech, I realize something bad is about to happen and they're too close to us, so I turn around. The problem is that you guys already have lost track of where the crown is here. You've lost track of where I am. And all you're doing is using your ears and you're pushing through the choke. And you're losing track on whether or not you're a support or a healer. You're losing track on whether or not you're ranged DPS or tank, and you're just running through the choke, right? So the first and the most important thing is you need to understand how the formations work, right? You have at the start, you got, either your D tanks and your clump tanks at the tip here. So this triangle here, right, is your offensive tanks or your defensive tanks, right? You guys are going to be spread out in a little bit here. Beyond that, you're going to want things like Oath Keepers, you want things like Occults, Enigmatics, Locuses, Great Arcanes, right? In the middle of that, you're going to want, some healers here and there, spread out, right? You're going to need some frontline healers for the tanks, in case we get bombed or engaged on. You want to be able to throw some holy orbs in there. Then after that, you want your DPS, right? You want to spread out. So whenever, for example, let's not talk about other Zergs. Let's just talk about our Zerg. Let's talk about me, what I want, what I expect. Since you're in the alliance, you're in our alliance, you're in our Zerg, in my Zerg here. I need you guys to understand that you should always be in formation when you're moving through a choke. Okay, so in this situation, I've 100% into the tanks here. No matter how you look at it, with this call, the tanks are dead, and I'm okay with that. I'll accept that. That's on me, 100%. But a lot of you guys were talking and about what happened, and we all kind of meant, shit, it happens, man, it happens. Yeah, it does happen, but we need to make sure it doesn't happen, right? And so we got the frontline tanks. Those guys are dead. Those guys are dead. I've killed them. But beyond that, right, there needs to be this yellow box. There needs to be a gap between the front line, the caller, so that if he turns around, you guys can now shift into the other box. And if he turns around again, you guys can now shift into the other box. But if the caller ends up being here and you end up being here, you gotta ask yourself, why is the caller here and why am I here? And it's You know, simply put, you either lost track of where the crown was, or you lost focus. Okay, and that's unfortunately the truth. Okay, so um, with that being said, right, it's obviously a ZVZ. It's confusing. It's sometimes chaotic, and it's up to the caller, right? It's, you know, my responsibility to make sure that I'm giving you the right calls and getting you out there safe. This is what I'm doing right here, right now, trying to make sure that for the future fights, that these kind of situations don't happen. So even though I'm saying go into the choke, this is the choke, right? These are the chokes. I'm telling you to go through them, right? The first people through them should be the D tanks, okay? All right, and and that's it. From there, you should keep a gap. Let the D tanks go through. Make sure you see the collar, you know. Make sure you see another clump tank, right? Scott Bruce, I had no idea he was on clump tank here, or he'd be marked. But you want to make sure that these clump tanks are marked, because as a DPS, right, your job is to hit a clump. Now, if I'm here and I make the clump, I'm playing Camland here, but if I make the clump here because I'm a golem, you can be sitting here to hit it, right? So there's no reason for you to be inside this choke right now, even though I am calling for you to go through the choke, right? I am physically telling you, all right, you guys ready? We're going through the choke. Get ready, guys. And that's because I have people mounted still. People in the back. I got people that are, you know what I mean? All the way in the back here, and I'm getting them prepared. I'm getting everyone dismounted and prepared and getting their cooldowns ready, right? So, you know, if you're here and I'm saying we're going through the choke, we're going through the choke, of course, you're going to instinctively want to travel into the choke. But what you need to do is understand your positioning and the formation. Callers here, you're already here. You don't need to go through the choke. I'm gonna go through the choke in a minute. You need to just actually back up if you're here. You actually need to back up if you're here, right? So that's why I say to you guys, look, at the end of the day, hey, it's my fault, it's my problem. So I'm just trying to clarify here what you guys need to do in these situations. Look at the formation. There's a lot of us clumped up here, and there's a lot of us in the back. Okay, so I'm just preparing us. I got, like I said, I got people mounted. I had a couple people on the map in other directions here. So I'm just getting you guys ready to push into the choke, you know. So obviously comes next is
He spread southwest.
not a good thing. So you see, at this point, I have 2/3 of the Zerg
Spread west. Spread.
in front of me. Um, you can see here, this is where I am, and everybody's behind me, right? And what can you say? I said go through the choke. You guys went to and tried to go through the choke, and there just wasn't enough time to react, right? So that's why you want to always keep your eyes open on the crown. Make sure you're aware of where I am.
West. Defenses. 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 Oh my God. Go west, guys. Go west.